My hair today was a complete fail. But we gonna work it out. I'm gonna wait for people to show up, see if anyone comes by, because there's a definite, I am so frustrated that YouTube Live hasn't changed their feature where if I'm talking, I can actually like look at the screen and it look normal, but instead I have to treat this the way I would a camera and look in the camera circle thing, which makes it really hard to be able to like respond to questions and comments and things. So I really want YouTube to fix it. I'm gonna see if it's better if I move this and have us kind of in the sun, kind of have you on like a tripod thing. Okay, that's a little better. Oh look, so many people are here fast. Guess Sunday's the power hour here on YouTube Live. Who's here? Say hi. What's good? What are we gonna talk about today? So this live is actually kind of similar to, so I published so first of all, let's say hi. Is anyone talking? Show, live, chat, conversations. Okay, because you know, like there's like a lag here on YouTube, so I see your comments usually after I've actually asked something. Hi, Karita Allen. Okay, so I'm actually on Cape Cod right now. Hi, J. Jill Cosmetics. So I wanted to do this live really quickly. Hi, Jody Ann. Hey, gorgeous is it Lakesha or is it Lakeisha? Hey, from Kenya. Hi. Look at all these people coming by to say hi. Okay. Hi, y'all are here. Okay, so thank you, honey. Okay, so those of you that are all saying, oh, it's Keisha. Okay, good. You know, Kesha messed it up for you, because if there wasn't a Kesha, I would have always assumed the name was Keisha. But since Kesha came around, I'm always like, if I don't see an I in the name, I'm like, is it Kesha or is it Keisha? But I should have known it was Keisha. She done messed it up. Although I really like her new song. If you heard it, I feel like she gave me like goosebumps. I was feeling that new joint by Kesha. Anywho, hi, I'm live. Andre just came out to bring me something. Oh, it's some of this cake, y'all. We gonna have, ooh, it's warm too. Oh my god. Is this Lee? Y'all, okay. I'm at my mother-in-law's bed and breakfast. It's out here on Cape Cod. So those of you who are looking for, yes, we can go live here. So those of you that are looking for like a vacation or a getaway, whatever, please stop by to Captain Farrah's house. Captain Farrah's house. You can email me, you can comment here, and I'll let you know. But it's Captain Farrah's house. It's on Cape Cod. And if you come, I'll come by and visit you and say hi, because it's only about an hour away from where we live. And my mother-in-law, bakes, like, it's bread and breakfast, so she makes the food, and she also makes like a cake every day for the guests or whatever. And today's it's called crack cake, but she calls it like brown sugar bundt cake, but it's crack cake because it is so damn good. Like, I can't even stand it. There's wine in here, there's pudding, and it just makes it so damn moist. It's Farrah's, so Farris, Captain Farrah's house on Cape Cod. I actually have a blog post for Black-owned bed and breakfasts, and you can Google that, find it on Lisa Alamone, and you'll see pictures and reviews, and you can always message me and I'll send you information. But they're like literally the best people on the planet. My in-laws, I just call them my parents, okay? Love them to death. They're so warm and friendly. They're huggers. Like, they're the best. And their cake, my mother-in-law's food, their breakfast, honey, it's just so good. Literally, I'm tearing up. Okay, so let's get to the topic at hand, and we can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. We have like family here too, and my son's here, so if you hear things in the background, that's who they are. That's who's here. I am always so oily. In one of my most recent videos, no, I don't really, I don't do a lot of tutorials because they don't really get views. So it always feels like I'm wasting a ton of time, because they are literally the hardest videos for me to do and the most time consuming. just because I can't film in the space where my makeup is, so it takes a lot of like pre-planning and bringing everything and setting up, and then I go do it and I like barely get views. Like I just did a tutorial for Fashion Fair Cosmetics. If you haven't seen it, I would love some views and some shares on that video. But it's my most recent tutorial, and like all of my makeup tutorials, for whatever reason, they just tend to not get tons of views. So I don't really feel all that inclined to do them, except for when I really feel like it, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's talk about the matter at hand. Not the matter, but so those of you that don't know or know, like, I have a blog. It's called lisaalamode.com, and it is my primary yes, Stephanie, come out. Oh my god, you will freaking love it here. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. Anyway, so I have a blog. It's called lisaalamode.com, and that's where I spend the majority of my time. There was a period at which I was going to abandon YouTube, but then I was like, no, I'm just going to do it kind of at my leisure, and I kind of keep it that way. But the place where I spend the most time, where I have articles published almost daily, some days like 4 or 5 articles in a day, is lisaalamode.com. Excuse me, lisaalamode.com. It is my primary platform, and it's my source of income. Like, that's where I make money as an entrepreneur. So one of the changes I made to my platform, and this is going to circle back to racism in 2017. So one of the changes I made to that platform when I first was doing it, before I was doing it as like my full-time business, I just would post like my outfits and makeup reviews. That would be like, oh, thanks, J-Gel. So that was last year. So before, I used to just do like makeup reviews and outfits. So last year around this time, I started, or maybe a little bit before that, I started incorporating different things. Like, I did a list of black-owned cosmetics companies. J-Gel Cosmetics is on there. And I just started doing more stuff like that. But then I found myself getting caught up in posting like celebrity, I called it hot topics, but some of it was celebrity gossip and just stuff, right? Whatever I felt like was interesting to me, I started doing it, and I started seeing like, hey, people are reading this stuff. People are really getting into this content. Then I found myself writing more and more about race-related news. And I found myself, I'm sorry, this is a little crooked. I'm using this like gimbal thing as my tripod. There we go. And then I found myself delving really into, for the last 6 months, a lot of race-related conversations, and particularly conversations or examples of like of when we were offended in some way. Like, the most recent, I mean, just was constant. A couple weeks ago, I did one about YSL released a foundation. They're like, oh, we've got foundations for all skin tones. And then they had they had like 3 or 4 brown colors. The rest of it was beige. And that was like outrage. And then there was outrage a couple of days ago when Kim Kardashian said to leave Jeffree Star alone, like defended him. And there's just always outrage. And I made the decision yesterday, or rather not yesterday, just a few days ago, but I posted about it in a blog post on my site. The blog post is called White Peopling, How Long We Gonna Talk About It? So definitely stop by and read it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to lisaalamode.com. That is my baby. Any shares, retweets, Tumblrs, Reddits of posts you see, do that, because that would really help us grow out. And the subject of the post was really to kind of talk about the real current kind of in thing to do is I call it digital outrage, where people will post these Facebook statuses or blog posts about one thing or another, about how we as black women are being marginalized even further, or black people or brown people are being marginalized even further, or examples of how we've been offended in one way or another. And I feel as though it's just the same conversation being had over and over. And I've decided that I'm not posting about it anymore. Like, if I see one more think piece about Tina Fey offending folks with some skit she just did and how it's the epitome of white privilege, I really, like, if I hear the, I'm done, because honestly, I feel as though the problems that exist, particularly in terms of the racial climate, isn't really our business to fix. Like, I really don't feel like this is a system that we have to repair. I feel as though it's effed up. I feel as though we can certainly do things to strengthen and further our community, but do I feel as though there's something to be gained spending, reiterating the same ideas every day and being outraged? And I feel as though I feel sufficiently woke. I don't feel that there are things that are happening that are particularly surprising to me. And so I'm at the point where it's like, how much more do we need? How many more examples of this do we need for people to know what's going on? And then the people who've created this establishment, not establishment, or the society we kind of live in, to own it and fix it. I don't feel like I have to really be a part of it. That's kind of where I am. And I feel as though that we are such a dynamic and powerful and magical people that can't be the only story that we continue to tell. I feel as though that's become the story that we're telling, the narrative that we're telling, that we are this downtrodden group of people who are being offended and hurt every single day. And we are being offended and hurt every single day for one reason or another, usually about the color of our skin. But I feel like there's so much more to our stories. There's more to it than that. And so I decided to kind of stop writing about it. This is not to say that I won't touch on race from time to time when I feel like there's a conversation that's meaningful, that's meaningful to everybody who wants to engage in it. But every time a white person says something offensive or mean or just dumb and ignorant, do we have to have a think piece about every single occurrence, and to have us in a state of digital outrage all the time? And I know we can multitask and we can be outraged via our digital platforms while also serving our communities. But I feel as though a lot of the time is being spent on that one. I don't have proof of this. I don't have evidence of this, but it just feels that way. It feels like we are spending our time, our energy, and our resources being mad at our oppressors, as opposed to centering ourselves around lifting and encouraging our community, because we're doing some amazing and great things. And I feel as though I would rather be celebrating those things as opposed to being mad at white peopling. You know what I mean? Like I can't stay mad all day, every day. Like, I really don't care. And I found myself writing these articles because it's trending. It's what's on Black Twitter. It's what everybody's talking about. We're mad at this. We're mad at this. Let's write about it. We're mad at this. And I'm like, how many, and here's the thing is that, the intention of these blogs and these websites who are writing about things, maybe the writer feels strongly about it and that's why they're writing, but 9 times out of 10 it's a way to make money, because it's a hot button issue. I'm gonna give you all a little tea, okay? As somebody who blogs for profit, let's be honest, it's my business, it's how I keep the lights on. People respond to emotion, joy, but mostly rage and sadness and being upset. So when something is very, when something is immediately gives you that response, you're gonna click and read it. And when you're clicking and you're reading, there are ads running and they're making money off of it. And so the very people that you mad at are the owners of these businesses that are running ads on these blogs, and folks are making money. So to me, it's and here's what's going to happen to me is that I'm taking a financial hit off of this, a huge financial hit. I'm basically having to kind of reshape I mean, I'm still going to be doing the content I've been doing, beauty, fashion, and it's not just my beauty and fashion. I highlight a bunch of different people, different fashion, some celebrity fashion. Like, it's fun. And again, I'm still going to hit on stuff that are happening. Like, there will definitely always be some degree of pop culture on the site. But am I also, so it's not just race I was touching on. I was touching on salacious stuff too, like Usher's herpes scandal. And I never, like, my spirit did not feel right even writing those stories. Like, I really didn't, or approving them or putting them forward. I just found myself more and more. And you know what, the turning point for me really was several weeks ago when I went and saw Girls Trip. Now, I have a degree in journalism. I have a Master of Fine Arts in writing. And so I'm like built for this, right? This is something that I feel comfortable doing, and I feel like I definitely have a voice and a talent for it. And I definitely feel like there's room for blogs to grow. I just think there's room, right? And so if you've seen Girls Trip, you know that Queen Latifah is the journalist in the group, but she's trying to eat. And so she's a celebrity. She's doing a gossip blog. And it's real grimy. Now, even though I would touch on some celebrity gossip and things like that, I tried as I might to keep it as clean as possible and not really be dragging anybody. You know what I mean? Like, it's particularly for black women. Like, if it was something that was going to make black women look bad, I was really trying to not write about it like that. Get what I mean? But then I would slip up, because if I was low on views and I really needed, you know, some coins, I'd be like, all right, whatever. I'm going to just close my eyes and publish this piece. So in the movie, and I'm gonna ruin it I'm not ruining the movie for you, but in the movie, it was just something that Queen Latifah comes to at the end of it. Like, I can't be doing this trash anymore. This can't be the way I'm supposed to be making my ends. And so thank you, J. Jill Cosmetics. I keep calling you J. Jill, but I'll call you Jill. Thank you so much for that. And so it was like, what am I doing? So I'm over writing about kind of gross kind of celebrity stuff, and I'm kind of also over writing about I'm over engaging in digital outrage as a means to earn an income, because I feel like the media, like, nothing is new. Nothing that's happening is like, oh, race relations have never been this bad. I mean, people are perhaps a little bit more overt in it, but y'all, this is a lot. Like, I live outside of Boston, and Boston for me is like the most racist city I've ever been to in my life. Like, legit. I feel more at home in places in the South than out here in Boston. So super racist, has a history of racism. They didn't desegregate schools here until I believe it was like the late 70s. I had my mother-in-law, who, by the way, looks, what's the word, racially ambiguous, if you will. And in the 80s, she was run out of a restaurant in Boston. I go, like, get out of here, nigger. I've been called a nigger here. I've been called a monkey here. I have felt my blackness in the two places where I worked here. You know, the two places I worked here, one place I was fired from because I was black and I was a position of power, and my subordinate didn't want to see me win. And so I was fired for being black there. And then I was also in just not treated great at Harvard Business School either. And so to me, and you know, there's microaggressions, there's all types of stuff happening at the school, at the Harvard Business School. So for me, I was racially profiled in my hometown, just trying to take some pictures on the blog. Like, a police officer came and was like, what's your name? Why are you here? Like, it was a lot. And so to me, it's like, this is not a place that's not racist. So yesterday they have like this little, the KKK, whoever, come out here, and they did their rally. Like, they tried to do what they did in Charlottesville, right? Except only like 12 people showed up, and like 3,000 people in Boston were like, no to hate, stop the hate, or whatever they said, not our streets, like, you know. And I have folks on my timeline who are legit like, yes, I'm so proud of Boston today. I'm like, proud of Boston? Half of these fools who are standing over here chanting, marching, whatever, are they living it their daily lives? Like, are you making sure that there are people of color who are being represented at your businesses? Because let's real talk. The issues that are happening here are completely centered around poverty and struggle. That's how Hitler got ahead. He appealed to the folks who were struggling, and he found a scapegoat for them, and he found a reason for why you are struggling. If we eliminate these people, you will be better. And that's what people kind of fell into. And so to me, I feel like the focus needs to be on how can everybody make a little bit more money? How can we stop the poverty and get people in better positions in life? And I think that's where the energy and focus needs to be spent. So I feel as though, let's talk about desegregating the city some more. Let's talk about making sure that there are more Black people in positions of management and decision making, or not just Black, but people of color. But I feel as though we can't just say people of color only, because we definitely need to make sure there are some Black faces in there, and there are some let's just make it multicultural, make every race there represented. And so those are the steps that I want to see taken. You can go on a street corner and yell at people all day. That doesn't change the fact that people who look like me can't get jobs. And if we do get a job, we're being paid way below what we're worth. I mean, as somebody who has a terminal master's degree, who has like 7 years in management experience, the fact that I could not get a decent job in the city of Boston is absurd. Like, and it's not to say, and like, as you can see, I'm very comfortable speaking with people. I'm not going in with any kind of energy that might be off-putting. I'm just Black, and they don't want to see you there. So I say all that to say is that I want to devote and spend my energy, my content. Yeah, the politician, girl, I ain't waiting on no politicians to fix nothing. So right? I just feel as though I'm just not going to use my platform and my voice to fuel digital outrage as a means of making a living, because to me it's not helpful. It serves nobody, and it's just not something that's going to in any way, shape, or form alleviate some of the racial tension, and it certainly isn't going to solve any of our problems. So, because we're woke, I ain't nothing else I can say to make us more woke. So there's that. That's what I want to talk about with, I'm tired of I'm over it. I'm ready to turn the fucking page with the outrage. Like, Tina Fey eating cake, fuck. Like, do I care? No. Does it have any bearing on my life? No. Does it surprise me? No. Yelling at her, telling her she ain't shit. She's gonna apologize. She's gonna say she's sorry, and somebody's gonna do something else a couple months later, or a couple weeks, or maybe next day. It's exhausting, and it's hard enough just being a person of color living in the world, but to find no safe place to not be free, not even my own blog, from it. I can't do it anymore. So there's that. So I'm gonna need all your support. I'm gonna need your shares. I'm gonna need your likes. I'm gonna need your subscriptions. I'm gonna need all of that, not just here, but obviously on my blog, which is where I make most of my coins. It's how we feed JB. And that's just what's real. So what's up with y'all? Let's talk. Ask me questions. Let me see. Y'all have been commenting, but I haven't been able to kind of see. I hate the way this. Okay, so it just shows me. Oh, here we are. Okay. Yeah, it is stressful. I'm just reading some of the comments, so you guys can talk. It isn't new. You're right. Exactly. Trump is here. Let's focus on what we gonna do to do better and be better despite him. You know what I mean? Well, thank you so much, the Brown Girl Network. Appreciate it. This is supposed to be a Bantu knot out, y'all. It came out frizzy as hell. I used what did I use? I'm a Cantu girl, okay? I really do rock with Cantu products. Why does this feel dark? I feel like this went dark, okay? There's the sun. Y'all can still see me. But I used Pantene in my hair, like their new, like, like butter or gel type product. This junk is flaking like a mug, okay? Flaking like a mug. So yeah, child, it is what it is. So, and I need a haircut, so my hair is like all misshapen in the back. South Florida sun just came out. Okay. But since you guys have my attention, I'm gonna go live on Facebook briefly to talk about this a little bit more. But if you guys are here, we can chat a little bit. Pardon me while I blot. I'm using my, I carry my Laura Mercier. I carry that junk. She needs to make a pressed one, okay? Oh, my mother-in-law is welcoming her new guests that just came in. So if you hear people talking, that's her. It doesn't matter what I do, I'm oily. Like, there's no fixing it. Hi, Nona. Oh, we call her Nona, or JB calls her Nona, and I kind of call her that too. Look at that highlight. The dogs are being ridiculous. Okay, guys, since it's got quiet on here, you can fly, right, girl? Right? I don't have my highlighter brush in here. I thought I did. My friend Eva, what's the question? Sorry. My friend Eva just launched her makeup bullet on Ulta.com. That's cool. What's a makeup bullet, Jill? What that is? You'll have to ignore the dog. What's a makeup bullet? I'm gonna look that up, Jill. Not right now though, because we're live. But I'm gonna sign off because there's a lot of talking and I don't want you guys to be super distracted. But I appreciate you for stopping by here and listening. And I'm gonna keep this here on the channel. So those of you that are catching this not when it's live can certainly chime in and tell me that you have clicked on the, either if you just go to lisaalamo.com, there are tons of like boxes where it says, you know, you can put in your email and sign up for my mailing list. Or here in the description bar, there should be a link also here where you can sign up for the mailing list as well. So that is my one request from those of you who are watching here and want to support me. That is the #1 way you can support me and my blog, is signing up for that mailing list. That way I can keep in touch. And I do send out emails twice a week with the latest blog posts, the latest videos, things of that nature. Anyway, thanks so much for watching and continuing to support, and I'm excited about what's coming next. All right.